Welcome. Today, we're diving into something that's a huge headache for, well, pretty much any industrial operation: maintenance. You know, for so many companies, it's just this constant, unpredictable cost center. But what if? What if you could flip that script? What if maintenance wasn't a reactive problem, but a proactive strategic advantage? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today, using 𝗦𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗠 path to get there. So let me ask you, does this picture look familiar? An alarm blares, a critical machine goes down, and suddenly it's all hands on deck, just scrambling to put out the fire. It's this endless cycle, right? Chaos, downtime, and costs you can never seem to predict. That's reactive maintenance in a nutshell. And let's be honest, it's a battle you can't really win. But here's the good news.
There is a much, much better way. Okay, so to get to that better way, we first have to wrap our heads around this fundamental choice that every single organization has to make. It's really a story of two completely different worlds, the old way of doing things versus the new. And boom, here it is. This slide lays it all out perfectly. Over on the left, you've got your traditional maintenance. It's purely reactive. You wait for something to break, then you go fix it. And what's the result? Well, it's high operational risk and a ton of unplanned downtime, which, as you know, absolutely crushes productivity and profits. But then look to the right. This is the 𝗦𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗠 approach, using what they call APM, or Asset Performance Management. This is a total game changer. It's proactive, it's strategic. It's all about using data to maximize the availability of your assets and slash that risk. The key takeaway here is huge. You're not just fixing stuff anymore. You're actually building a system to consistently drive down your production costs. This quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head.
APM, or Asset Performance Management. It's not just a fancy term for repairs. Think of it as a whole philosophy powered by technology, designed to squeeze every last drop of performance out of every single piece of equipment you own. It's about total optimization. But, you know, to really make this happen, it takes more than just slick software. It's bigger than that. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think, a whole new philosophy. And that philosophy is all about asset care. This is the better Oxygen is built on. I mean, yeah, the technology is the tool that makes it possible, but the real idea is to shift from just fixing things when they break to actively caring for the asset to make sure it runs reliably for as long as possible. It's about preservation, not just repair. It's a huge difference. And where does that care start? It starts with information.
It's simple, really. You can't properly care for something you don't fully understand. So excellence in maintenance isn't just about having the best technicians on the floor. It's about building everything on a foundation of high-quality, structured, and really well-managed data. Okay, so that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually get there? It can feel like a massive mountain to climb, but the key is it's not about flipping a switch overnight. It's a structured journey, a clear step-by-step roadmap that takes you from where you are right now to where you want to be. And this is your map, the maturity pyramid. It lays out a super clear 4-level journey. You start at the bottom in the chaos of basic corrective maintenance, and you climb all the way to the top, to the peak of operational excellence with prescriptive, performance-driven management. So let's walk through the key phases of making that climb. All right, phase 1. You know, every great building needs a rock-solid foundation, and that's exactly what this is. The first, and honestly the most critical part of this whole journey, is about one thing: eliminating chaos by getting total control over your entire universe of assets. So what does that actually mean? It means building a robust, reliable database, what we call a single source of truth. We're talking about centralized catalogs for all your materials, your tools, your suppliers, everything in one place. It means having strict inventory control so you can guarantee you have the spare parts you need right when you need them. And maybe most important of all, it means creating a comprehensive digital registry of every single machine, every single component. No more running around with spreadsheets and binders. This is about building real, solid order out of that day-to-day chaos. Okay, So once you've laid that foundation of control, now you can build the engine that's going to power you forward.
Phase 2 is where we make the big shift from just reacting to things to intelligent, proactive execution. Now with that solid data foundation, you can start doing some amazing things. You can manage all your tasks, preventatives, predictives, and yeah, even the corrective ones, all in one integrated system. You can start using smart scheduling to actually estimate your budgets and plan your work calendar for months ahead. And check this out. This concept of resource leveling, it's all about optimizing your team's workload to get the absolute most efficiency out of your workforce. See the difference? You're not just responding to calls anymore, you're planning with real intelligence. And now we're heading for the peak. This is where we get to the top of the pyramid, where everything we've built comes together. Phase 3 is the final phase, achieving predictive mastery. And this is the point where maintenance stops being a line item on the expense report and becomes a genuine, hard-hitting competitive advantage. Seriously, this is the future, and it's happening right now. We're talking about connecting your machines with sensors and using the Internet of Things to get real-time data. We're talking about applying artificial intelligence algorithms that can literally predict failures before they even happen. And get this, we're using digital twins, which are basically virtual copies of your physical assets, to run advanced simulations and monitoring. The result is just incredible. You're not just optimizing anymore, you're on the cutting edge of asset management.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Predicting the future. That sounds a little like science fiction, right? But it's not magic. It's actually grounded in some really well-established, solid engineering principles. So take a look at this. This slide shows two key ideas that make prediction a reality. On the left, you've got the bathtub curve, which basically shows us that machines tend to fail in predictable patterns over their lifetime. But the real secret sauce is the PF curve on the right. It shows that there's a gap, a window of time between a potential failure, that's the P, which is something a sensor can pick up, like a tiny change in vibration, and a functional failure, the F, which is when the machine actually breaks down. That I've highlighted, that is your golden window of opportunity to step in and fix the problem. That's how you predict and prevent failures. It's genius. So let's fast forward. You've done the work, you've made the journey, and you've climbed that pyramid. What does the world look like from the top? Let's talk about the real, tangible bottom line results. First thing, you get total visibility.
You've probably heard the saying, what isn't measured can't be managed. It's so true. This chart, for example, shows you exactly where every maintenance dollar is going. Labor, spare parts, contractors, just having this clarity. This is the absolute first step to actually getting a handle on those costs. That means your equipment is breaking down less and less often. Then you've got maintainability, or mean time to repair, and that's trending down. So when something does need a fix, you're doing it way faster. And what's the direct result of those two things? Your operational availability is trending way up. It's simple. Your assets are running more, producing more, and making you more money, period. At the end of the day, the entire value you get from this journey really boils down to these 4 powerful pillars. You automate your processes, taking the manual work and guesswork out of the equation. You centralize all your data into that single source of truth we talked about. You use that data to decide with real intelligence. And the ultimate goal? You prolong the life of your assets and get a much bigger return on your investment. It's a beautiful thing. So you can see this is more than just a walkthrough of a piece of software. It's really a look at a proven methodology for a complete business transformation. And we're hoping this serves as an invitation for you to start that very same journey.
Look, transforming your asset management to a world-class level, it's a strategic journey. It's not just about installing some software and hoping for the best. Sagem provides the platform for sure, but real success comes from having an expert partner to guide you along the way. And that first step is a strategic diagnosis to figure out exactly where you are on that pyramid today. And that really brings us to the final question for you to think about. When you look at your own operations, are you still just fighting fires every day? And are you ready to finally move from that constant reaction to true proactive excellence? Contact us and let's take the next step toward industrial asset excellence together. Thank you very much for your time.